Good morning, everyone. Thanks for taking time out on a Sunday to join us. We have the pitch call of and deep dive of a very impressive startup today called Tulua, who are bringing single origin unadulterated spices and aiming to reach every Indian household with their brand. They are at an impressive 3 crore revenue of last year and 47 lakh for the month of August that just closed, with an average EBITDA of 11% for this current financial year to date. We have the founder and CEO Richie here. So yeah, without further ado, Richie, I'll allow you to take over and introduce about Tulua to us.
Thank you so much, Rohan, for the lovely introduction. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining and taking time on a Sunday. I really appreciate that. I'm excited to share with you everything that I'm building with Tulua and our way forward. So I'll quickly share my screen and do a quick pitch, after which we can dive into the Q&A. Rohan, can you help me enable the screen share, please?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, done.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So I'll get started. So, hi again, everybody. My name is Richie, and I'm the founder of Tulua. I launched Tulua in 2020 with a vision to bring the true flavors of India to the limelight. I believe that India is an agri rich country, and our biggest asset are our spices. It forms the backbone of our culture, and it is also the face of our nation in the global market. At Tulua, we are on a mission to bring single origin and unadulterated spices to every kitchen. And our product line includes ready to cook pastes and unadulterated spices. So, speaking of our founding team, the brand was launched by me, founded by me, and a little on me is that I have over 10 years of experience in marketing and brand building. Prior to launching Tulua, I had another startup called Surge Digital, which was a boutique marketing agency through which I worked with a lot of brands that were in the F&B space. Apart from me, I also have Hitesh Dave, who is my father, as a key founding member. He has over 35 years of experience in sales and distribution across two key markets, which is India and China. And prior to joining me full time in Tulua, and he came board full time around 2021, he was heading the food service network for the Sankalp Group. Apart from the two of us, we also have Arjun Vaidya as a part of our advisory team. Arjun is a marquee investor in the D2C community, and he's also the founder of Dr. Vedya's, which is now an acquired company. He's working with us to help us scale up our D2C and consumer retail line. Moving on to our product lines, we start with the spices. So the total addressable market for spices in India as of 2022 is 42 billion and is growing at a yearly rate of 15.7%. Um, at Tulua, our spice range includes over 50 SKUs featuring whole spices, single powdered spices, and blended spice powders. So, some of the key problem statements in spices that we identified was one, that spices is largely an unorganized sector, due to which there is a lack in consistency and quality check. There is a overall lack of quality standardization, and because of which the end user often gets products that are of a subpar quality. At Tulua, we tackle this by focusing on branded and well processed spices. We prioritize a very rigorous quality control. We have product standardization and quality checks in place for every single SKU, and we adhere to very specific processing methods. The other problem statement, and something that now everybody is also talking about, is that there is very high adulteration in spices. So adulteration in spices is widespread across the country. It is a practice that is often done to increase the yield, the profit margin, and also the shelf life of the product. And because spices is such a raw ingredient, it is very challenging for the end user to pinpoint and say that there has been some sort of adulteration or mixing done in their product. At Tulua, we tackle this by focusing a lot on transparency. So, our aim is to offer top quality and unadulterated spices at a very competitive price. And our commitment to transparency gives our customers an insight into our processing and sourcing methods, which builds trust and guarantees a trustworthy buying experience. And lastly, another very big problem statement, especially what we see in the wholesale or the B2B space, is that spices that are sold in the market are old or stale. So in the Horeca market, we observe that spices, especially whole spices like jeera, etc., are not fresh. They would be of the previous year's harvest, or a couple of years old. Because of that, what happens is that it causes inconsistency, and because it is used in a commercial kitchen, it disrupts the final recipe for the chef. At end of the day, it results in loss of valuable time and resources. At Tulua, we focus on farm fresh spices. So we source our spices from farms and mandis across the country. This ensures that the product that we have is fresh and of very high quality. And because we are procuring straight from the source, it guarantees that we get a better purchase price. The advantages that we have over others in this space is that our products are clean label. We focus a lot on traceability. We have a single origin approach. For example, all our spices are procured from the same source every single time. We work with farmers and mandis across the country. As a brand, we are plastic neutral, and we work with chefs to create all our blends. Moving on to our next product line, which is the ready to cook paste. This was also the product line that we launched with in 2020. So, the total addressable market for ready to cook paste as of 2022 is 460 million and is growing at 16.3%. At Tulua, our ready to cook paste comprises of five regional recipes, which are from five different states of India. What's really special about them is that they're 100% clean label and contain absolutely no additives. Some of the problem statements in the ready to cook product line is one, the lifestyle. So the people or the customers who prefer ready to cook products have a lack of lifestyle or have a challenge when it comes to lifestyle. So they either have a lack of time, skill set, or inclination to cook complex Indian recipes. At Tulua, by using the Tulua ready to cook paste, one can make a very complex Indian recipe in just three easy steps. It saves a lot of time, effort, and is very convenient to use. And if you have the paste, you don't need any additional ingredients apart from your paneer or protein of your choice, and you don't need other ingredients like salt, oil, etc. The second problem statement is that there is high adulteration. So most of the ready to cook products that are available in the market, they are full of additives, and because of the use of additives, the flavors are not very authentic, and the customer can taste that there is a bit of additive or preservative in it. At Tulua, our products are all natural. So, our product line is 100% clean label, which means that we go a little beyond saying that it's preservative free. We also ensure that there are no added colors, flavors, acidity, stabilizers, thickening agents, none of the ingredients that we don't use in home cooked cooking. So, if you look at the back of our box and the ingredient list, it is the exact same ingredients that are used in home cooked food. Nothing that makes customers go like, "Arey, lekin, what exactly is this ingredient?" And because of that, the tastes are very fresh and clean. And lastly, another problem statement is the recipe. So most of the recipes that are available in the market in the ready to cook are the run of the mill tomato onion based gravies, and there is a lack of option when it comes to authentic Indian recipes. At Tulua, we focus on regional Indian recipes. Our aim is to bring out the recipes of India. India is a very diverse country with the flavor palette changing throughout the country, and our aim is to bring to customers a very authentic take on Indian recipes. So currently we have five flavors from five different states of India, and because there are no additives in it, it tastes just like home cooked food. Some of the advantage that we have over others in the space is that our products are 100% clean label. We focus on regional recipes. Our pastes are very versatile, so one could make something as basic as a curry out of it, but they could also do other things like make a biryani, make starters, pizzas. Like a lot of different things can be done because of the consistency of the paste, and it's very versatile. Our products are vegan and gluten free, so it's also palatable to people with dietary restrictions. As a brand, we are plastic neutral, and all our pastes are made by chefs. Some of the things that we consider our moat is first that our products are clean label products. So I believe that we are in the business of food, which is something that people consume on regular basis, and it is extremely important for us to ensure that there are no additives whatsoever in our products. Second is that we work with traceable ingredients, so we use locally sourced ingredients and farm sourced spices to maintain the traceability and authenticity of the products. Third is that our products are very easy to use in the ready to cook segment. One can make a very complicated Indian recipe in just 3 to 4 easy steps, and it saves a lot of time. Fourth is that we work with chefs, and all our pastes are chef made. So all our products are put out in the market after a very intensive R&D, and all the pastes that we have are created by chefs to ensure that it tastes authentic from that specific region of India. Fourth is that as a brand, we are plastic neutral. So we are impact focused. So at the moment, we are a plastic neutral brand, but we intend to be very mindful of the impact that we create to the climate and the society. And lastly, another big moat for us is our contemporary packaging. So our packaging is unlike any in the segment. It is a premium packaging that resonates with the millennial and the Gen Z population, which makes up to most of the buying audience. Now, moving on to our business verticals, Tulua is an omni-channel business, which means that we have different channels of sales, being enterprise and consumer retail. Through the enterprise vertical, it involves us engaging in B2B transactions and selling Tulua branded spices to hotels, cafes, restaurants across the city of Bombay at the moment. With the consumer retail, it involves in us catering directly to the customer through our website and Amazon. Now, speaking about our enterprise products, so Tulua is the only brand to disrupt the B2B spice industry in Bombay. We're currently supplying to over 100 hotels, cafes, restaurants across the city of Bombay. In terms of the quality, our products are 100% pure and don't have any adulteration. Our spice powders are made with the highest grade of spices, and we have a 12-month shelf life. Speaking of the range, it includes 15 single spice powders, 8 blended spice powders, and 22 whole spices. In terms of the sourcing, we procure our spices from farms and mandis across the country, which ensures that we get the best and the freshest product at a very competitive pricing. Now, in terms of the growth that we've seen in the last financial year, so last year was when we actually launched the spices. So we launched the spices in Jan of 2023. And since the first to the last quarter of last financial year, we saw tremendous growth. And we were the only brand to disrupt the B2B spice industry in Bombay. We were the first, and we were the first brand that supplied branded spices in bulk quantity when it comes to whole spices. And we have 100% retention rate, customer retention rate for the enterprise vertical. This is because the chefs who we work with, they vouch for our quality, and the purchase managers, they vouch for the consistency and the customer support that we provide. Some of our clients in this space are Maze, Soho House, Courtyard Marriott, Ramada, Snow World, etc. Our current region of sales is Bombay, and we are very soon launching Surat and Pune, followed by focusing on west and north of India next year, and the south of India the year after. Some of the feedback that we've received from our enterprise customers is the head chef of Olive Group said that the quality is excellent and it is second to none. And their team is able to operate efficiently because of the commitment to quality by the team at Tulua. The purchase manager of Ramada said that noteworthy service by Mr. Hitesh, and their chefs are very happy with the quality of spices provided by Tulua, and the delivery has been timely. And Courtyard Marriott said that Tulua's whole spices quality is very good, and it is better than other vendors, and they are able to tell that it is pure and unadulterated. Moving on to our consumer retail line. So, our consumer retail product range includes five ready to cook pastes and eight spices. In terms of the quality, all our products are clean label. They're made with the highest quality of ingredients. We have a 12-month shelf life on the spices and 18 months on the ready to cook range. In terms of the pricing, we've priced our products very competitively. Our spice range is priced between 40 to 115, and our ready to cook pastes are priced at 150 for 100 gram and 225 for 200 gram. In terms of the growth, so we launched the spices on D2C in August, end of 2023. So it's been just about a year. We have seen a tremendous growth from the third quarter of last year after we launched the spices. At the moment, we get over 1,200 new orders every month with a repeat rate of 27% and an ROI of 1.3. Our average order value is around 320. Our current channel of sale is our website and Amazon. For future channels, we are exploring to get onboarded on quick commerce platforms like Blinkit, Instamart, Zepto. We're also working closely with Amazon Global to launch on Amazon USA and Canada. And we are also looking to get onboarded on other marketplaces like Flipkart and Cred. Some of the feedback that we've received from our customers on Amazon is that a customer said for coriander powder that the coriander powder is organic without any impurities. It is value for money and safely packaged as well. For Kashmiri chili powder, a customer said it's brilliant Kashmiri red chili powder, best aroma, the color immediately lifts the dish. And for turmeric powder, a customer said the color, smell, and overall quality of turmeric powder are just the best, and they will recommend this product to others. Some of the future product lines that we have in the works is that for spices, we are looking to launch eight new spices between Jan Feb of next year. And we are also working with a few chefs to collaborate with and launch blended spice powders, which we are aiming to do by the end of next year. In terms of the ready to cook range, we are looking to launch three classic kebab marinades and three regional recipes. These are some of the articles that we were featured in Economic Times and Your Story. Moving on to the operational overview. So, when it comes to the product manufacturing, for the ready to cook paste, our products are third party manufactured. And this is done to ensure that there is no capex cost, and also the ready to cook range is a very small part of our revenue. So, we don't do in house manufacturing for that. When it comes to the spices, we have an in-house packaging and processing facility based out of Bombay itself. This At this facility, we do everything right from cleaning, sorting, packaging, labeling, getting the product ready for dispatch. Basically, apart from grinding, we do everything in that facility. This ensures that we are able to have a stronger hold on the quality control, and it also improves our margins by far. When it comes to research and development, that is completely in-house. So all the recipes that we put out in the market are developed after intensive R&D, which is done in-house. This ensures that we are able to maintain the quality standards and also that we own all our recipes. And lastly, when it comes to fulfillment, so all our D2C orders, they are fulfilled in-house in our facility. And when it comes to the B2B fulfillment, that is handled by our distributor. In last financial year, we had a revenue growth of over 2000%. In terms of the EBITDA, in terms of the EBITDA, we are currently an EBITDA positive company. We believe that it is important for us to ensure that our earning is more than what we burn, and we are very cognizant of how we utilize our funds. In terms of our revenue so far, and I'll also give you a little background about, or rather, like give you an insight into how we started and what the numbers were. So the first year that we launched, which was 2020-21, we did a revenue of 8 lakhs. This was also more of a trial and error kind of year for us to understand the recipes. It was bang in middle of the pandemic, so there were a lot of learnings for us. The next financial year, we started outsourcing our product manufacturing, and we also got USDA certificates for our products. This year we did 40 lakhs in revenue, with a bulk of the revenue coming from an export order to US, where we exported 11 pallets of the ready to cook range. In the following financial year, which was 22-23, we did 14 lakhs in revenue, which was completely domestic. Last financial year, which was 23-24, we did 3 crores in revenue. Our current MRR is at 47 lakhs, and we are aiming to close the year with a revenue of about 10.9 crores. The year after, we are projecting a revenue of 31.9 crores. So we are going to achieve this. So this year, we are going to achieve the 10.9 revenue by launching new markets or opening new cities for our Horeca, and also doubling down on our D2C, our direct to consumer marketing as well, focusing a lot more on retaining the customers who have already purchased from us. On month basis, we are noticing that the retention is increasing, which is completely organic at the moment. The next financial year, we aim to achieve 31.9 crores by opening newer cities, focusing on the north and the western region of India, and also by starting exports to US and Canada through Amazon Global. Some of our key highlights are that we are an EBITDA positive brand. We have over 12 months of shelf life on all our products. All our products are 100% clean label. Our products are also USDA approved, US FDA approved, and we have a very strong relationship with USDA and FDA to ensure that we can scale in US and Canada. We are also working closely with Amazon Global to launch our products on D2C in US and Canada for June 2025. We've also started working with Trade from Australia and exploring how we can launch our products in Australia in the future. We're currently raising 3 crores at a pre-money valuation of 17 crores. And in the current round, we have Beyond Seed as the lead investor. So that's it about us. Looking forward to the Q&A. Hello? Oh, I have to unmute you. Sure, Ron. I'm just trying to figure how to unmute you.
Hey, thanks, Richi. Truly impressive pitch. I think we've had a lot of Q&As already in this chat, so I'll just go through some of them and
Sure.
starts with a bunch of questions from Sarbjot. So his first question is, did Arjun Vaidya also invest?
So, no, Arjun has not invested monetarily, but he is an hands on advisor with us, and he's helping us to scale the D2C.
His next question, couple of questions are, how do you prove your transparency and do you have blockchain for traceability?
So we don't have blockchain for traceability, but now what we're working on is putting a QR code on the product box where people can scan and get a proper chain of where the product was grown, where it was sourced from, and the process. So that is something that we are now introducing on our boxes. How do we prove our transparency? So we for all the new products that we are launching in or for spices in between Jan Feb next year, we are also going to do a lot of videos and photos from the farm itself, which builds a stronger trust for the customers. Apart from that, we also do lab tests, FDA tests, etc. That is also something that we are intending to put on our website, so that the customer, when they go onto the website, they are able to see the entire chain where it was grown, and also all the certifications that we have.
Got it. Next question is also by him. Is stabilizer added to the pastes?
No, we don't add any stabilizers.
Cool. I think there was a slide which said 6% of the sales is retail. So his related question is, why are retail sales very low?
Right. So the 6% was for last financial year. That was the stats for. Right now, our retail sales are about 10%. So that has grown. The reason for it to be low was that when we launched the spices, and most of the product market fit and the growth that we saw was after launching spices last year. And we launched with the Horeca first approach. Hence, the enterprise revenue was higher. We launched retail spices only in August of last year. So that played a role. Also, secondly, D2C is a space, or a channel where we have to spend a lot to first acquire the customer, we chose to be a lot more cognizant of how much we are burning and did not overspend on marketing. So that's also another reason. But now what we are noticing is that the revenue generated on D2C or retail is increasing, and so is the organic retention of the customers.
Sure. His next question in the series is, how did you disrupt the Bombay enterprise market?
So we actually had to work really hard on it, and we created a playbook to understand that what are the challenges that are faced by the chefs in the enterprise segment, which is hotels, cafes, restaurants. And basis that, we created an experience that we give to our restaurant partners when we go to pitch with them. We also have a very strong sales team, which is headed by Hitesh Dave, who is my father, who has a very strong background in sales and distribution. And it took us about 3 months to crack the market. But once we started, once we got the first few customers, the word really spread in the enterprise industry, in the horeca industry. And our customers started looking out for us and requesting for our products as well.
Makes sense. Next question is by Sandhya. How are you planning ensuring the freshness over time?
So Sandhya, the way we do it is that we have a step by step QC that we have put in place for all our products, which is something that we've been able to scale from when we were doing just 100 kgs a month to now we do about 3 tons a month. So it's a playbook, not a playbook, but it is a step by step process that we have put in, which includes visual and sensory QC. Now that is something that ensures that the freshness of a product as soon as it comes to us is maintained, or that we receive the freshest product. And even when we send it out in the market, the products are packed in a pouch which is resealable. It is a food grade pouch, which ensures that not a lot of air or oxygen enters it, which again plays a role in ensuring that it is fresh.
Got it. Next couple of quick questions are again by Sarbjot. What's the social media followers count like, and whether you would focus on R&D or flavor development?
So our social media is about 7,000 or 6,000 followers at the moment, all organic. R&D or flavor development. So the way we look at it is that R&D and flavor development goes hand in hand. We do a deep research on understanding what kind of products people would need. So when we launched the spices, we did a survey to understand what the masala dabba includes for people across different states, and we picked the spices that were common in masala dabbas in the south, as well as in Calcutta, as well as Gujarat and north. So that's how we did it. In terms of the flavor development, it goes hand in hand. Once we identify what kind of flavors people want, so the R&D and the flavor development, it goes hand in hand.
Cool. Next question is by Kush, asking, is US sale via Horeca?
No, so US sales is not, we've not explored the Horeca for US yet. We're looking at it more as a retail and D2C.
Got it. Second. Cool. Next question is by Sai Shrikant. Can you please let us know more details on your competition? I think we had a slide in the deck, but if you want to briefly cover it again.
Sure. So the way that we look at the competition is that there are, when it comes to spices, especially, there are three types of competition. One is the regional brands that are in every region, like for example, Achi, Eastern, etc., which are considered as regional brands. Then comes the more popular brands like Everest, MTR, which are also considered as legacy brands, and then the new age brands like Two Brothers, Off, etc. So those are the kind of competition. How we set ourselves apart from everybody else, and how we differentiate us, is by the focus on traceability and the single origin approach that we take.
Cool. I think Sarbjot is also requesting to be unmuted. So since I've accidentally made you the host, can you
Oh,
either make me the host back or you can allow Sarbjot to unmute
how do
either
I
of them?
make the host back? Let me just do that.
So you have to just click on the name and make host. Click on my name in the chat.
Yeah, got it. I have made you the host.
Got it. Sarbjot, one sec. Coming to you. Yeah, Sarbjot allowed you to unmute.
Yeah, hi Rohan. Thanks, Rohan. And
Nice.
it was an amazing pitch.
Thank
Both of
you.
you are great founders. So they see, I have seen this space very closely. Arjun is a good friend as well. Okay. So we have talked about D2C, we have talked about EVs and all. So the thing is, I see a few risks over here. Okay. A few concerns over here. So your B2B revenue, where the margin compression is very high, okay, it becomes a commodity when you're just dealing in B2B, is very high. It's 94% versus 6% where the maximum margins are in this business. Okay. And the second thing is, have you evaluated nitro ground spices? Okay. Cryogenic spices versus using whatever you're using right now, because cryogenic spices have the maximum content of essential oil. Okay. Another thing is, I want to know your margins right now and how did you derive with the whatever valuation number you come with? Are you open to advisory plus, investment component in this? Are you stuck on and if investor brings in value, are you ready to give a discount rate on the safe note? Those are some areas I would like to talk to, and rest of the things we can discuss offline. I think not the best form to discuss on the product, but yeah, and good packaging. Whoever your agency is, they've done a great job.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Thank you. All right. So I'll address all of them. So first is you spoke about the margins. So our gross margin for all, like overall our gross margin right now is 42%. We maintain we maintain a minimum of 30% of gross margin for our Horeca. At the moment, we are also pushing it, and it has now come up to about 36% on Horeca or B2B. When it comes to D2C, our gross margin is about 70%. While I do understand your concern about, Horeca or a B2B being a compressed margin, it's not really like that. Like, it's not that we have less than 10% or it's like super compressed gross margin. We have a pricing advantage because we source directly. That's one. And second is that when it comes to D2C, end of the day, we also end up, or any brand ends up spending a lot on marketing or on ads, which finally impacts the margin. With Horeca, or by maintaining a balance of the two, we also ensure that our overall gross margin is not highly impacted. By focusing on retention on our B2B, it also ensures that we have a very strong retention or a very strong stream of revenue that is coming on monthly basis, and that's how we've been able to push towards being EBITDA positive. So that's one. Second, with respect to the chirogenic spices, no, we've not looked into that. It's good to know. That's not something that we have explored or have looked into at the moment. And lastly, with respect to the advisory and the cash component, we can discuss this offline. I mean, I'll also have to understand, how you would like to structure it, and we can discuss that offline with Rohan.
Yeah, Sarbjot will facilitate that discussion separately. I'll just allow him to unmute again in case he's muted.
okay. Yeah, no, thanks. Well answered. I differ in certain areas. One is diaspora. You need to study this brand. It started in US,
I'm
extremely
aware.
good gross margins. Now they haven't spent a lot on marketing. They have built a community around it. So communities are the future in the D2C space versus,
Absolutely.
building burning on Facebook and Google and all of those places. So happy to connect offline on this. I think I'll be taking away all the other investors' time over here if I ask further questions, since I have a lot of context into this industry.
Right.
I've I've built a brand around with more than $1 million in revenue in this space, $45 average order value. Okay, so and currently I'm leading AI ML products at Narayana Healthcare. So We'll discuss this offline. Would love
Yeah,
to connect with you.
we would love to connect after and discuss more.
Yeah,
Thank
Sarabjot,
you.
I'll facilitate the discussion. Thanks.
Perfect. Thanks, Rohan.
Thank you.
Cool. Moving on. Next question is by Praveen. How are angel investors' interests protected or safeguarded against big corporate venture funds or investors? And
Um,
furthermore, what kind of exits are you planning for early investors like us?
so, how are the interests protected against big corporate ventures, venture funds investors? So we have a same SHA that we will be sharing with our angel investors, as the same as the lead as well, which is a VC fund based out of Singapore. So it is going to be the exact same SHA that we are also sharing with our angel investors. So it's not like it is separate for the VCs or and separate for the angels. And in terms of the exits and for early investors, the way we envision this is that in the future rounds, when we get to a series B or so, when we take a larger venture capital fund, we will give some exits around that time, and some at a later stage.
Got it. So yeah, to clarify, basically, guys, when we say SHA, it means that you will be investing in the same valuation as the bigger institutional investors, and also like the average period, we look to exit in 3 to 5 years. So that is the average duration, I think, which Tulua will also target to give us. Next question is by MD. Would Tulua call itself a premium niche brand, or would it be mass premium eventually from a price point perspective, specifically for the Indian market?
Thank you so much, MD, for the question. We look at ourselves as a mass premium brand, wherein the overall packaging or the quality is premium. It is more aspirational but very achievable. In terms of the price point, we've kept the pricing very competitive. We've pegged the prices closer to legacy brands like MDH and Everest, which is something that people are very comfortable spending already, with maybe a 10% difference in most products, where our products are either 10% cheaper or 10% more expensive. So, and as we grow and scale and have a stronger pricing advantage, because we'll be able to scale, we intend to reduce the pricing even more. We're very clear of the fact that this is the kind of product that every single Indian uses on monthly basis, and we want to ensure that the price point is very approachable, while giving a very premium and while giving a very premium and high quality product end of the day.
Cool. So guys, I've also shared the link to give your investment intent in Tulua, or you want to see more details, all the documents, so you can find it on the invest page, which we have shared in the chat. I'll share it again in a few minutes, so that it's on top of your chat. I think next couple of questions by Sarabjot, we kind of covered already the average B2B contract value and GM in B2B and B2C, gross margin basically.
Yeah, so the gross margin in B2B is around 34%. In D2C, it's about 70%. Our overall gross margin, both combined at the moment, as of last month, was 41%. The average value that we see for B2B, that was one of the questions, right, Rohan?
Yeah,
Average value.
yeah.
So it differs from restaurant to restaurant, but average what we see is 40,000 a month.
Cool. I think Nishant's question is the same, except he's also asking for the net margins in B2B and B2C.
So net margin in B2B. So in B2B, we don't have any major expenses or any marketing per se that we do. Our overall net as of last month was a positive 11% EBITDA, which was both of it combined. But I'm happy to share a detailed MIS after this.
Got it. Next question is by Kush. If you are comfortable sharing, what is the percentage ownership between your father and you, combined and otherwise?
Okay, so between me and him, if we were just to look at separate, I own 99%, he owns 1%. Our combined holding in the company at the moment, after our initial angel investment that we did last year, is about 82%.
Got it. Next question is by Bharat. Which are the closest competitors to the products of the company? What plans are there to deal with deep-pocketed competitors like Bharti Mittal, prospective investor?
Okay, so the closest competitors I would say would be, when we look at legacy brands, it would be Everest MDH, and if we look at new age brands, it would be 24 Mantras of Two Brothers. So I would say those are the competitors. What sets us apart and is our differentiator is that we focus a lot more on traceability and storytelling around, why a specific spice was chosen, from what state it is coming from. So that is a lot more that we focus on, which differentiates us from everybody else. Like for example, something like a haldi. Haldi is a spice that is grown across the country in different states, but when we sell haldi at Tulua, we focus on telling the customer why was it chosen from the Lakadong region, what is special about it, how is it that the soil impacts the crop, and what are the different compounds in the spice which makes it a super spice. So there is a lot more focus on that, and essentially what really sets us apart from others is that others look at spices as a commodity. We look at it as a specialty product because it is something that is agri based. It is something that changes, the quality changes soil to soil, state to state.
Yeah, I think with that we've also covered the next couple of questions by Sarbjot and Sai Shrikant, who are asking how do you differentiate yourself from the competition. Sarbjot's next question is: have we hired experienced professionals to grow the company?
So, Sarjot, we are now in the process of hiring more mid and senior level people. At the moment, we have a slim team of about 12 people, which comprises of our sales team, our factory team, and our marketing is outsourced when it comes to agencies. But now we are looking to hire more people in house.
Got it. I think next is three questions by Nishant, which we just answered. The third one about the current team strength. We'll go over the first couple of questions. So first one is: how is your pricing compared to brands like Everest, MDH, etc.?
Yeah. So, in terms of the pricing, we've priced it competitively. Something like an Everest MDH, we've come very close to them. So there are certain products where we are cheaper, like the Kashmiri chili powder. We are slightly cheaper than them, but there are some products which we might be 10% more expensive than them. When it comes to the Lakadong turmeric powder, we are the cheapest in the market. The other brands like Two Brothers, etc., are selling it at 3x of the price that we are selling it at. But mostly when it comes to Everest MDH, if it is the same product that we are selling, it is a 10% cheaper or more expensive.
Cool. His Yeah.
In terms of the vertical that we will focus on, so we are focusing on the B2B vertical, the Horeca vertical, quite a bit, and it is something that we will focus on for the next 12 months as well, because that is a space where we are really disrupting. There aren't brands that are focusing on the B2B space, and we want to create a brand that becomes chef's choice. So far, all the brands have focused on mother's kitchen as their primary go to market, but we are looking at it as more as a chefs and a professional choosing our products, and that is our angle. So we will focus a lot more on building Horeca.
Got it. I think part of next question we've covered, but we'll do a quick recap. Question by Rahul: what's the difference in product and work that you're doing compared to Zoff?
So main differentiator is the focus on quality and traceability. We focus on telling customers where it is sourced from. All our products are sourced from a single region every single time, and that is a key differentiator with not just Zoff but all other brands.
Got it. Quickly, next is by Sai Shrikant. Can you please let us know how the valuation of 17 CR was come up with?
So multiple reasons for it. Understanding what the growth has been for us in the last financial year compared to the last financial year, what the total market is, the product market fit that we saw, and when we look at it just from a revenue perspective, last month we did a 47 lakhs in revenue, and if you just look at it annually, it's about a very conservative 3x growth.
Makes sense. Next question is by Sarbjot. Best advantage is putting in equity or debt investment?
We don't have Best Vantage in this round. We worked with Best Vantage in the previous round, which is an angel network. We don't have any debt.
So it was equity round by Best Vantage in the previous round, right?
Yeah, so in the last round we had Growth 91, Best Vantage, and Hame Angels, who are all angel networks, who had, which was equity round. I think,
So
I mean, Get Vantage, who does debt, but we are not, we have not taken any debt.
for it. Next question is by Ashish, who's also asked, like we covered the current valuation already. Ashish, what's the valuation of your previous fundraising round?
So previous round was 10 crores.
For it. Not a very high upside, so we are getting still an opportunity to come in early. It's just 1.7x of the previous round.
Yeah.
Next question is by MD. Any early internal insights on retailer acceptance and promoting Tulua over Everest or MDH at the retail or point of sale?
Actually, yes, there is. So there is a store called Food Square that is based out of Bombay. It is a gourmet experience-based store, and they are looking to. They have been asking us to start selling in their store. So we do have options when it comes to retailer acceptance. It's just that what we've observed is that when it comes to GTMT, while it is acceptable to enter the stores, and we can enter many stores, it also comes down to what kind of promotion and marketing we are doing inside each store, because once the product is placed on the shelves, it's still not sold. Like we end up getting money only after the customer picks it up from the shelves in the store. And at this time, we don't want to invest heavily in GTMT. Instead, we want to focus on building a higher user count or customer count on our website, and on quick commerce is something that would be our next one. But yeah, we do have interest from retailers. We do have a lot of interest that comes from modern trade stores as well. Just that at this point, we are focusing more on D2C.
Got it. Our final question as of now in the chat is again by Sarbjot. What equity is owned by investors? What percentage of equity?
About 18% by our early investors.
Got it. With that, we've covered all the questions in the chat. So if anyone has any final questions or you want to unmute, please raise your hand. We'll allow you to unmute and we'll wrap up in the next couple of minutes. I've also shared the link again in the chat about a couple of minutes back. So that's where you can view more details about Tulua, see the investment terms. So to speak out aloud, via the syndicate, the minimum investment amount is 2 lakhs. And to be on the direct cap table, it is at 5 lakhs. So it's a pretty uh, interesting option to be on the direct cap table as well if you wish to. We have another message in the chat which has come to me. Nitin's question is how much equity for 2 lakhs? So Nitin, it is dependent on the valuation, right? So you will be getting shares of 2 lakh rupees at a 17 crore valuation. Sarvjot, we are basically, investing as part of the syndicate. So it's mandatory for me to invest in any startup that I'm leading. So we can have the discussion offline. We are looking at doing about 50 lakh to a crore through our syndicate, in short. But yeah, we are open to discuss. Okay, I think Sai Shrikant has also asked me to, have a separate uh, chat with the founders to discuss on their tech stack. So I will be connecting you guys as well. Cool, I think. Okay. Krishna is saying, does it mandate 25 lakh investment in 5 years? So this is an invest specific question. Krishna, I'll get in touch with you and help you clarify that. That's in general a rule by SEBI in terms of AIF, which is alternate investment fund, where it is, a recommendation like a SEBI regulation as of now, 25 lakh in 5 years. And if you don't want to do that, you also have the option of investing directly in the startup, starting at 5 lakh rupees or higher. Cool. With that, I think we've taken all the questions in the chat. So thanks a lot, Richie, for taking the time out to pitch to us. And yeah, we are looking forward to being a part of Tulua's growth story. And thanks everyone for joining us on a Sunday afternoon. And happy Onam to everyone. You are on mute, Richie. I will allow you to unmute again. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rohan, for hosting. And thank you so much to everybody for joining on a Sunday and also on a festival day. So, look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you.
Thank you.